Good morning, Prairie View students and staff and friends. I hope you all had a great weekend and you remembered those who gave their lives for us and our freedoms. Memorial Day was yesterday. Today we're going to be on chapter 25 of the Snow Treasure with Marie McSwiggan. Just a reminder, even though today's the last day of school, I will be continuing. We have 6 chapters, 25 through 30 to finish. So I don't want you to lose out. Make sure you check back on the YouTube page, Paul Flatley, and stay up to date because I'm not sure if the teachers will send out reminders or not, but I want to make sure you stay with us. So did you figure out whose room I was in? It was pretty easy. That was Miss Macella's. Today should be easy too. Chapter 25. Well, what are we going to do with him? Uncle Victor asked when Jan Lancic had finished his story. They had put him in the hold while they discussed the problem. We don't dare turn him loose, that's certain, Rose replied. We can't take the risk that he won't tell the commandant. He'd never do that, Peter spoke quickly. His story sounds true enough, Uncle Victor decided. I can well believe what he's told us. We know about the disguises ourselves, about men who came to Norway just as sports lovers who turned out to be secret police. But I think it's dangerous to let him go. Whether he meant to or not, he could accidentally say something that would put the Germans on our trail. But what shall we do with him? We will hold him. We can't stand guard over him. I've a crew coming on tomorrow, but even so, I cannot spare a man just to watch him. Rose was laying the table for supper. Since it was so late, Peter was to spend the night aboard the Klang, and there was no place on earth he would rather be. His mother would not miss him that night, for he was supposed to be at the Holmes farm. Couldn't you take him with you to America, Uncle Victor? Peter pleaded. It seems a shame. He can't go. But I can't take him without a passport. That's all there is to it, his uncle said shortly. It would be a terrible thing to get that distance and be turned back at the end, Rose explained. I could sign him on as a sailor, Uncle Victor answered, but he would be interned because I'm not planning to return. I'm afraid that we'd be pretty hard on him after all he's gone through. You could land him somewhere along the coast where the fighting is going on, Rose suggested. There are Poles with the British Army. Too dangerous, his captain replied. Once I get out of this fjord, I'm going to stay out to sea. Overnight, the Germans have been capturing our towns. I might run into an enemy occupation. Once I get past, I'm going to stay past. The Polish boy had been frightened when they told him that they would have to lock him up for the night. Nothing will harm you, Uncle Victor said. You won't have to go back to the barracks. We're hiding and you can hide with us. They had to wait for the long twilight to fade to bring the gold that the children had buried that day. They didn't dare carry a light. You see how I had you build a snowman? Uncle Victor asked Peter. We have just to feel our way, so all we do is to feel for a snowman, and under him is gold. With 3 of them at work, it wasn't long before they had the bullion aboard the Klang. 51 bricks, Rolls grunted in satisfaction. And each brick is worth 5,000 United States dollars, Uncle Victor spoke cheerfully. That's $250,000 we collected from these snowmen, and quite a lot of money. Uncle Victor, that's just about all the gold in the cave. One more day, more will bring it all out. This morning I asked Pergarson how much was left, and he said 100 bricks. Well, there are 51 of them right here. That's what I've been hoping for. As soon as this Polish boy is missed, the Germans will start searching for him. They may come here, even with the camouflage. It's dangerous if they get too close. If I had my crew, I think I would sail tonight. Although I'd have to leave the rest of the gold, I'd do it to be safe." Before he turned in that night, Rolls quizzed Jan Ladsick about when he would be missed at camp. Jan said he might be missed that night, but they couldn't help noting his absence at roll call in the morning. When Rolls told his chief, Peter thought his uncle looked solemn. "Then the search might start tonight." He went to the portal to look through the slit in the fir branches. "You don't expect them here already?" Peter asked. "No, I want to see if there's any sign of my sailors. They'll come at night." "But the curfew, Uncle Victor." "I'd be a lot safer for them at night. Don't worry. Hans Thorpe and Sten and Dino are resourceful fellows. They'll manage. I told them to be here no later than tomorrow, and they'll be here." There were voices out of the night beyond the portals. From the direction of the beach came calls. Crowded at the peepholes in the fir branches, the three in the cabin waited. Their voices grew louder. Outside in the snow were several squads of Germans. "So the search has started," Uncle Victor spoke softly, "and they'll even look here. Whew, what a narrow squeak. If they'd come an hour earlier, they would have found us out there with the gold." The end of chapter 25. Have a great day.